I am Carol Angela Davis with my commentary on the enemy combatants that staged the coup attempt in our nation's capital on January 6th. Folks, Trump supporter Ashley Babbitt and 3 others are dead. They're dead, folks. Babbitt was a 14-year veteran of the U.S. Air Force, and she fell for the okie doke, and it got her killed. That's right, folks. Who is responsible for this? She's no angel. Let's be very clear, because prior to her death, she stated that she was in the nation's capital to make sure that U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts and Vice President Mike Pence resigned. Oh, she's no shrinking violet. She definitely contributed to the problem. She was shot, in fact, while she was climbing through the window, people. Okay, that the enemy combatants broke, and here she is climbing through the window to get into the inner chamber of the U.S. Capitol where the members of the House were meeting. What was she thinking? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Now, notice how all those brave men, those brave patriots, notice how they let that woman get through that window first, and she got killed. They're going home to their families. Okay, patriots, listen to me, people, Trump supporters. You are all falling for the okie doke. You better see what's going down before it is too late. Now, Ashley Babbitt was shot in the chest, reportedly by a Capitol police officer after she and others breached the U.S. Capitol. She had no business doing what she was doing, period. The question is, who are all the people who are responsible for her death? Okay, and the deaths of 3 others. Now, clearly, if the police officer shot her, there's some responsibility there, but that officer was protecting the inner chamber of the House. So who else is responsible? Donald Trump? Isn't he responsible for her death? They call it felony murder. That's right, people. Felony murder is a rule. It's a legal doctrine that broadens the crime of murder. When an offender kills in the commission of a dangerous or enumerated crime, the offender and also the offender's accomplices and co-conspirators may be found guilty of murder. Did they kill Ashley Babbitt? Arguably, yes, in my opinion, because they created the circumstances that got her killed. What about the other 3 people who died of other medical emergencies? They were only in that position because of the insurgency. So the insurgents should also be charged with their deaths. The felony murder rule is a rule that allows a defendant to be charged with first-degree murder for a killing that occurs during a dangerous felony, even if the defendant is not the killer. Okay? The felony murder rule applies only to those crimes that are considered inherently dangerous. A riot. That's because the felony murder rule is reserved for crimes that are so dangerous that the society wants to deter individuals from engaging in them altogether. January 6th qualifies. So if you participate in an inherently dangerous crime, you may be held responsible for the fatal consequences of that crime, even if someone else caused the actual death. Trump. Almost every state in the United States has felony murder, and the federal law also recognizes the felony murder rule. So America, what are you going to do? And I'm specifically talking to white America, because these are your crazy relatives that sat at your dining room table just this past Christmas and Thanksgiving, 4th of July, and all the other holidays with their QAnon patches and their Patriot, what's the name of those Proud Boys t-shirts, and their MAGA hats, and talked all that BS and talked against minorities and talked against African Americans, and you sat there and you giggled and laughed. Well, it's not funny, is it? So you are going to have to make this right. Everything Donald Trump touches dies, period. Ashley Babbitt survived 4 deployments, but she could not survive Donald Trump. She could not survive his lies and his mess. He must be removed from office, and he must be jailed, along with Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. I'm Carol Angela Davis. Thanks for watching.